As the Trump administration takes shape, the question on a lot of young minds is, what will race relations look like during the Trump years?
Are you going to include the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional
Well,
Hispanic
I would.
Caucus?
I tell you what, do you want to set up the meeting?
He says Congressman John Lewis should spend more time on fixing and helping his district, which is in horrible shape, falling apart.
Representative John Lewis's district in Atlanta may include poor neighborhoods, but the city also has thriving areas and a strong civil rights legacy. I'm here in Atlanta covering the Miller Center's National Summit on Race. One of the headlining panelists is Eric Holder. He's the first black U.S. Attorney General and served under President Barack Obama. Holder agreed to sit down with me for an exclusive interview. We talked about everything from Black Lives Matter to his views on the Trump administration.
No, I'm very concerned. I mean, I think that there is a spirit of disunity, a questioning of some of our fundamental values. We are an immigrant nation, for instance, and the notion that we might close our doors or make it more difficult for people who always renewed our country, made our nation really vibrant. You can't govern a nation by dividing it. The best way in which you govern a nation is by bringing it together, by uniting it, and I'm not sure that I see that just yet.
The new Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, was sworn in. And this is a position that you use to advocate or fight for voting rights,
right,
punishing hate crimes, for seeking criminal justice reform.
Right.
Given what we know about Jeff Sessions' record, are you concerned that those things will not continue going forward?
Well, I've drawn some red lines. If you do anything that is not consistent with what we did in trying to protect people's right to vote, if you try to roll back LGBT rights, if you try to roll back the progress that we made in criminal justice reform, I think I'm willing to see what it is the new Attorney General is going to do, what the new administration is going to do. But as I said, in my own mind, I have those red lines, and if they're crossed, then they'll find an opponent in me.
I want to talk about your time as Attorney General. The Black Lives Matter movement sort of emerged in the middle of your time there. Being that you're the first African-American Attorney General and you're serving under the first African-American president, was there an added pressure?
No, I don't think there's any pressure. In fact, I've said that, as I looked at some of the younger people who are in the Black Lives Matter movement, they reminded me of myself.
What ultimately do you think can be done to fix the issues that the DOJ identified in places like Cleveland, Ferguson, Baltimore, and Chicago?
What the Justice Department ordered in the Obama administration, that all people in law enforcement had to go through implicit bias training. I think that's really important. I think that all people who have a gun in law enforcement should go through really extensive use of force training. And I think there has to be a dialogue between people in various communities and people in law enforcement. I think if you did those three things, that you could really narrow the number of incidents that we have seen and have much better, a much healthier relationship that really is critical to the well-being of the nation.
Since leaving the Department of Justice in 2015, Holder has been hired to defend California lawmakers against Trump's policies. He's also involved with a national effort to combat gerrymandering by Congress and state lawmakers.
It's the National Democratic Redistricting Committee that I'm the chair of. President Obama has said this is going to be the primary political thing that he is going to be involved in. And it's really just a way to make sure that when the census is done in 2020, and then when legislative districts are drawn in 2021, that they're done so in a fair way. And what we're bound and determined to do is to make sure that we have fair districts drawn, and to make this a battle of ideas.
Some people think that the reason why Democrats lost in the election was because there was too much focus on identity politics. What's your thought on why more conversations are needed?
Conversations about race, about gender, about ethnicity, about sexual orientation. Yeah, those are difficult conversations to have, but they're necessary. I don't think of it as identity politics. I think of it as really kind of how do we make the whole of the nation feel comfortable? How do we make sure that the whole of the nation is treated fairly? If we do that, we will be a stronger nation, a better nation, a more fair nation, a nation that will be consistent with our founding documents.